afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to this afternoon session where you'll be thoughts on growth versus fixed mindsets, unlocking potential through the power of thinking. And this session will be handled by the Assistant General Manager for Speedlink Institute of Technology and Innovations, Mr. Iwinosa Airende-Okpugie. Please, a round of applause for him.
Good afternoon, everyone. I heard we've been learning since morning, 11 o'clock till now. I hope we learned something new, right? Okay. Um, I'll try as much as possible to make this a very interesting class because I'm actually just coming back from a lecture where I've been teaching since morning, and here I am again. But I will see what to do. All right. So I would like to know us. So starting from, just tell me your name. All right, and then you probably just pass the mic round. Next, please.
Good day. My name is Sam Oduele.
Okay. Next, please.
I'm Jennifer Agondo.
Okay.
My name is Saturday Gift.
Okay.
I'm Martha.
Sorry.
Martha.
Martha.
Yeah.
Okay. Samuel, Jennifer, Gift, Martha. Okay.
Right, I am Marshall Falana.
Marshall.
Yeah.
I'm clever.
Okay. Clement.
Clever.
Clever.
I'm Grace Muchi.
Sorry, who?
Grace Muchi.
Okay.
I'm Lillian.
Lillian. Sorry.
My name is Grace Joseph.
Sorry, hold on. Calm down. Samuel, Jennifer, Gift, Martha, Marshall, Clever, Grace, Lillian. Okay. So go ahead.
My name is Grace Joseph.
Grace. Okay.
My name is Victory Dema.
Victory. Okay. You said Grace. Grace. Victory. Okay.
My name is Oluchi.
Oluchi.
My name is Jennifer.
Jennifer. Oh, so we have two Jennifer. Okay.
My name is Ogeneri Joyce.
Okay.
My name is Ghost Time.
God's time.
Yeah.
My name is Noble.
Noble.
My name is Odley Prince.
Prince.
Daniel Ojowa.
Sorry?
Daniel.
Daniel. Okay. Daniel, Prince, Noble, Rejoice, Oluchi, Jennifer, Grace. Remind me. Victory. Remind. Ghost time. Yes. Clap for me now. All right. So, in the next couple of minutes or hours, no minutes, yeah, I'll be talking to us on the growth and fixed mindset. All right. Before we go on, this is me. My name is Iwinosa Airende-Okpugie. I'm from Edo State. So my colleague has already done a brief overview, and I'm sure you would also get this slide. So I wouldn't want to bore you with the plethora of achievements that you have here. All right. So I love that everyone has, an open mind to what we want to learn today. It's actually a very interesting. Sorry, do you mind putting your phones on silence? Whose phone is that? All right. So Let's try to have one class, no side talks. And everybody should try as much as possible to participate. And of course, let's respect one another. And before you speak, try as much as possible to raise your hands. And please, by all means, do ask questions. So, by the end of this session, I am hopeful that you will be able to understand the concept of mindset. Because at the end of the day, aside coming to learn, sorry, those of us online, can you hear me? Can I hear them talk?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Oh,
We can hear you, sir.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, sir, we can hear you.
all right. Thank you very much. I just needed you to know that I have not forgotten you.
No
We are
problem.
together. All right. So we're going to try to differentiate between growth and fixed mindsets, and then we'll try to also identify personal mindset patterns. Because, like I was trying to explain, if you don't have the right mindset, you may even drop out in month one. Right? I can tell. I'm not a prophet, though. I can tell you for what happened now. I can tell you for free. That is not the same person, the same number of persons that started that will end the program. Right? And the thing, what's going to make people scale through to the 6th month is still mindset. And that's why, in as much as we want you to go to your respective courses, there are some key things we need to state on ground that would help you. And that's why we have put, I'm sure the last class we had was on creativity, how you can think outside the box, to get things done. All right. And so we're going to be looking at learning strategies to develop a great mindset and how we can apply mindset principles in real life situations. All right. So let's think about this question that's on the board. All right. Do you believe intelligence and talent is a fixed thing? Or do you think they can be developed over time? Yes, I need responses. I need responses, yeah.
Intelligence and talent can actually be fixed based on individual differences. Some children are born talented and very intellectual, while some we have the slow learners and then the fast learners. So you can now over time try to help the slow learners develop their talent and their intelligence as well.
Right.
So you can
Please,
carry
let's clap for her.
everybody.
Let's clap for her. Yes, any other person wants to try? Okay, please.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, hold on.
I believe that they are not fixed permanently.
Okay.
Yes, they can be developed along the line if you change your mindset.
Okay. Yeah. Please, let's clap for him as well. Yes, somebody wants to try online.
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, my name is Iwinosa. So, like, talent, they are both fixed and can be developed. What I say they are both fixed and can be developed is some people are naturally born with the ability of doing something good. While some people, they do learn it by handwork or constant doing of that same thing. And some of them, by learning of it, they even become more better than the people that already have the ability to do it. Because one thing there is, when you practice every day, and somebody that just knows it without being practicing every day, you can't expect the person to be better. Because when you nurture something, you can't grow a tree without nurturing it and you expect it to give you a good result. No. You have it already in you. But in as much as you don't feed it, you don't nurture it, You don't go to the aspect that it is living. Like every day, it changes every day. You have the ability to do it. But every day, there are more better ways they are doing it. In as much as you are not moving accordingly to the train, you will be lacking behind. Also, why somebody that doesn't have the talent can decide to put his mindset in order to achieve a particular goal of learning that thing. And in as much as the mindset is already there, is out way better than you that doesn't have the mindset. So that's why I say it can be developed and it's also fixed.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, apparently, there are actually no wrong or right answers. You know, these are the answers we all have given. You know, they are good answers. However, maybe after this session, we'll come back and answer this question again. All right. You know, but in my own perspective, there really is no fixed mindset. Or rather, sorry, there are fixed mindsets and there is a growth mindset. All right. And then we are going to look at which of them. And the instances which we have given, you know, we'll see which one fits into the growth mindset and that which fits into the fixed mindset. Then, the next question is, have you ever avoided something because you felt you were not good at it? Anybody?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Please go ahead.
Yes, I've avoided it because I felt that maybe that
How many are
even if I tried that I will not be good at it. That was then.
Okay, all right, thank you. So, I see a comment online that says we did not allow those of us online to introduce themselves. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I really wish I could give that opportunity. However, for want of time, right? For want of time, I may skip. It doesn't mean that people are not important to me. Trust me, I value you guys very much, right? But for want of time, please, I would plead that we just allow the class to run through. Is that fine? Those of us online. I need response so that I can know that we are together.
I think you said so. Let's say it's fine for now.
It's fine for now. Okay, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. So, again, let's answer some of these questions. Intelligence is something you are born with and cannot change. True or false? False. False, right? We all agree it's false.
False.
All right, good. Failure means you are not good enough. True or false?
False.
True. Somebody said true. Okay.
True.
You said true.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you want to share?
False.
Do you want to share? Okay, but actually, there are no wrong answers. It could be you were not good enough in that instance to pass that test. However, but in life, generally, that you failed does not mean you are not good enough. Generally, right? So yeah, the third question, effort is a sign of weakness. True or false? You can always improve with practice. True or false? True. Feedback helps you grow. True or false? True. All right. So some of these questions I'm asking I'm trying to put you in context so you know what we want to, talk about going forward. So what is a mindset? A mindset is they are sets of beliefs that shape how you think, how you feel, and how you behave. They are sets of beliefs that shape how you think, how you feel, and how you behave. And so if you think that I mean, there are some persons who, you know, who believe, now our community money be this. So make I come collect my own share. That's some person's mindset. And so as a result of that, the only thing they are here for is what? The money. And when the money doesn't come on time, you start hearing lots of rants and all of that. Well, there are some persons who feel, man, this is an opportunity for me to break out from whatever, poverty, lack, anything you can think of. That is another person's mindset. So, how you feel about the thing, how you feel about this program, how you think about this program, that is the mindset. All right? And so your mindset also determines whether you would lean in or back away when things get hard. Because trust me, I can tell you for free, there are times you would ask yourself, why they even do this program? There are times you would feel that way. But then your mindset, how you think about the program, the reason why you started would be a determining factor if you would scale through. All right? And then how you also handle setback and success. Your mindset shapes how you interpret outcomes and what you do next. So there are times how you relate or how you react to failures and how you also react to success determines too. If you're the type that can you mute these guys, please? No. They will still be talking. Like mute them on the. You're the host now. I'm not. You're not the host.
Yes.
Who is sitting? Who is this?
I don't know.
This sitting.
Not me. I think it's
This.
You understand?
Okay. All right. So, again, your mindset shapes how you interpret outcomes and what you do next. And so I was trying to give an illustration that there are some persons, any small success, they want to use it to oppress people. That is their own mindset. But there are some persons, after they have gotten success, they want to help other people. That is how they believe. That is how they think. That's how they feel. All right. So it's two ways. And then there are some persons, when they fail, they go again and try. They go back and try again, the entire process again. The people that have then, when growing up, I know parents still say it. They tell you that person that did it, get two heads. You should go and try again. So you need to, if somebody can do it, it means yourself, you can also do it. All right. So there are two types of mindsets which we are going to be looking at, in the course of this session. Number one is the fixed mindset, while the second one is the growth mindset. So the fixed mindset, the belief that abilities and intelligence are static and cannot meaningfully change. It means that I want to be on this, whether there is challenge or not, I want to still be here. I cannot bend to adapt to the challenge. Since I've been here, if there's challenge, it means I should stop. If the challenge comes and meets me at this position, I should stop progressing. But somebody who wants to grow, as the challenge is coming, you try to battle it. Or if it's one you can even avoid. Now there are two things, avoidance and mitigation. They mean two different things. Avoidance means you are completely withdrawing yourself from the situation. However, mitigation has to do with you are reducing. You may not be able to avoid everything entirely, but you can reduce the level of it occurring. All right. So, what are the fixed mindsets people? What do they feel like? They try to avoid challenges. They give up easily. And then they fear failure. Failure is very sweet though. Very sweet. If you know how to make good use of it. I'm going to share a story. So, while I was doing my first degree, I used to, I've always been a businessman actually. So in school I was doing business, and so it really affected my grades. And then I had an extra year. Now during that extra year, my colleagues went for NYSC, a lot of things happened. I mean, I felt a little bit, now maybe this, all those kind of statements. It was looking like my parents sent me to school, I did not, and all of that. But to today, I'm ever grateful that I had that extra year. Why? Because it was in that extra year I started learning skills. It was in that extra year I got my first good job. It was in that extra year I started meeting people, I started networking. And then when I look back, I begin to ask myself, if maybe I had finished that with my set, and maybe I went to NYC, I don't know if I would have grown the way I have to the level where I am now. Because I'm not sure I would have met the people I had met. I'm not sure I would have networked with the set of person I have networked with. I'm not sure I would have gotten to this position where I am now. And so, I did not say, extra year, that's the end of the world for me. But rather, I saw that as an opportunity. There's what we call SWOT: strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. You need to be able to use your strengths to look for opportunities. You also need to reduce your weakness to be able to fight your threats. And so, yes, it was, there was a weakness. The weakness was that I had an extra year. But there was a strength. The strength was I had just 2-3 courses for me to write. Meaning I had time to go learn skills, to go learn stuff. And so I made good use of that opportunity, to plunge in and learn as many things as I could learn. And today, all of those things, they are paying off. And so, in fact, when I'm standing when I'm standing at pair with some of my peers who may have graduated that year, I don't think they would have grown to even where the level I am now. So making good use of your failure is a stepping stone to greater success. And so the growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed. It can be developed through effort and learning. Through effort and learning. And what do the growth mindset people do? They embrace challenges. You don't run from them. Embrace it. How many of us know of Cristiano Ronaldo? So, in all the professional leagues Cristiano Ronaldo has played, he has literally conquered all of them. Talk about the English Premier League. Talk about the Spanish La Liga. Talk about the Saudi Arabia League. He has conquered. It was recently, I think he was the highest goal scorer in a league he just went 2 years ago, I mean 3 years ago. That is somebody who sees every challenge as an opportunity to get better, to do better. So, and if you look at the lives of these people, they did not just say Cristiano Ronaldo should be in his 40s now, 41, if I'm not 41, good. 41, and then he's doing things that even the younger guys who are 20s, 22, they are not able to do. And it was in an interview where they were interviewing him, and he said as early as 3 a.m., 4 a.m., he's already at the gym. When people are, 4 a.m., that's when sleep. Now that time sleep they sweet pass. But somebody is going to the gym to ensure that he puts in the work. He does everything to ensure he gets better. Now let's bring this back home. You will soon start your core courses. Be it data analytics, be it cyber security, be it digital marketing, whatever it is, you will soon start. You don't just stop at where your tutor will teach, because truth be told, 6 months is not enough for you to learn any skill. If you are being honest, 6 months is not enough for you to learn anything. And so it will take your own, and in fact, it's not like you're even learning throughout the 6 months. You're just learning 2 times a week. And so it's going to be your own due diligence as somebody who wants to develop to continue from where your tutor has stopped. Ask questions. Go online. Look at what your peers are doing. If it's the data analysis, go online. Check out what people are doing and try to see how you can catch up with them. Remember, the growth mindset people, they do what? They embrace challenges. They persist through difficulty. And then they see failure as feedback. Feedback to me, I can do better. I can do better. Alright? And so, the fixed mindset is being defined. A fixed mindset is the belief that intelligence is static. Means that you are born with a set level of intelligence that does not change. I'm sorry, it changes. If you don't develop it, it will deteriorate. It changes. And then that talents are innate. That skills and abilities are either natural gift or they are not present. There are some people that say, I don't have the talent to do this. No. You can develop talents. I had my first degree in human anatomy. Sorry? 2018. Human anatomy. But today, I lead a team of software engineers. Now, see the wide gap. I'm coming from health, human anatomy, and I'm leading tech enthusiasts. Imagine I had said, no, tech is not for me. No, I cannot do this. I cannot do everything that has to do with technology. Do you think I'll be where I am? No. And so, that talent is inbuilt. This one is not for me. No, it's a lie. If the next person can do it, you can do it. And you can even do it better than what the person is doing. Right? And so, a fixed mindset is the belief that abilities cannot change. No matter how hard you try, significant improvements is simply not possible. That's a lie. You can do anything as long as your mind can conceive it. You can achieve it. Anything. And so, if from now you start telling yourself, you just say I go finish this program, you just say you will not. You will not. But if you keep, trying to change your mindset, trying to tell yourself every day, I will come out top, I will do this, I will do better, I will try my best to do this, you will see that you will keep reminding, on the days you don't feel like doing it, those words will be playing in your head. Remember you said you can do it. Remember where you're coming from. Those words will be you're pushing effort. And so, what's the characteristics of a fixed mindset? Again, it tries to avoid challenges to prevent the risk of failure. It gives up easily when facing obstacles or difficulty. It sees effort as pointless because people who feel that they are talented, most of them, they are very entitled. They feel, I was born with it, so I don't need to improve it. So if you are talented, you will not even need to try hard. And then ignores or dismisses constructive feedback. When people now say, why not try to do this way? Because you feel you are talented, because you feel you know it all already, you don't respond to feedbacks. And then you feel threatened or envious by other successes. For anybody to be where he is today, there were prices they paid. And so before you are even envious of someone else, you want to ask yourself, can I even pay half of that price that the person paid? I made mention of during my extra year where I had to learn things. That same period, there was a time I usually would leave my parents' house and I would go every weekend to a very good mentor's house. And this guy would give me tasks to do. He would leave me, sleep, wake up 4 a.m. He still see me on that on the table trying to do things. There was one time he told me, Musa, if I have to break your head to put everything I know inside, that he's going to do it. And that was because he saw somebody who was willing to pay the sacrifice. So, and then we're going to look at the fixed mindset in words. When you tell yourself, I cannot do it, any small thing, I cannot do this. You're given a task in class. Maybe they give a classwork. You're already telling yourself, I can't do this. Or you're saying, I'm not good at this. You're saying, this thing is too hard. Those are words of a fixed mindset. Those are words of a fixed mindset. I will never improve. Alright? And so, we're going to be looking at the growth mindset now. We've talked about the bad side, which is the fixed mindset. Now, let's have a look at what the growth mindset looks like. So, a growth mindset is the belief that intelligence can be developed. How many of us have read about Ben Carson? Ben Carson. So Ben Carson was the first neurosurgeon to perform the surgery of the Siamese twins. That's twins that when they they call them Siamese now. Yes, that's what I said. Okay, yeah. So when they give birth to them, either their head is joined together or maybe a part of their body is joined together. That's how they go. But if we look at the life of Ben Carson, he was a dullard in school. He was somebody who did not, his teachers, I think his teachers even sent him out of school because of how bad he was. Now, imagine, but thank God again for the kind of mother he had. Imagine the mother said, maybe that's how my child is. Or maybe that's what you're already telling yourself. Maybe that's how I am. Now so they bomb me. Or now so we did for our community. That's imagine he'd said all of that, or his mother said all of those things. I'm not sure he would have become who he is today. Alright. And so intelligence can be developed. The brain is like a muscle. It becomes stronger the more you challenge and use it. When you begin to expand your horizon, when you begin to expand how you think, how you feel, your brain begins to adapt to those things. But if you just leave You know, when you see people who go to, if you start going to the gym for the first time, that first 2 3 weeks, you will feel it. Your muscles, they are trying to adapt. You know, depending on the part of the body you are working on, your muscles will be trying to adapt. And then after a while, when you go to the gym, you can now even carry those things with ease, and there's no, there's no frailty and all of that. So the brain is like a muscle. And then abilities improve with effort. Consistent practice and dedication leads to genuine, measurable improvement. If you don't practice, you cannot improve. Most times it's in the practicing that you now find new ways to do something. How many times you have passed I don't know how many of us stay in Port Harcourt area, but there are times where you're trying to go from here to, maybe the closest will be Rumosi. You're trying to get to Rumosi on the east-west road, and then there is serious hold up at Rumosi. But you will see that depending on the taxi driver you follow, you will see them following one road. Before you know, they have come out of one corner. Now, as somebody who has your private car, you may not know those roads, but these guys, that is their job. That is what they do. They have practiced. They followed every now and then. They follow the nooks and crannies of inside of Rumosi, and then before you know, you are out of the road again. So if they don't practice, if you don't practice anything, you don't practice to do, you don't get improvement. All right. And then challenges are opportunities. You see, difficult situations rather, are invitations to stretch. They are invitations to stretch, grow, and reach a new level. That's what the growth mindset looks like. That's what it feels like. All right. And so what are characteristics of the growth mindset? We embrace challenges as opportunities to stretch and improve. We persist despite obstacles, because the truth is, obstacles will come. They will come. They will. All right. And so you need to see it as part of the journey. So anytime you hit a roadblock, just see that, there's still somewhere I'm going to. I just need to move this roadblock and fall down. And then see effort as the path to mastery and excellence. Whatever effort you are putting in, see it as something you need to do to get to, mastery. And then learn from criticisms always. There are people who would, it's not that maybe they don't like you, but they've noticed a pattern. They've noticed a pattern in what you are doing. And, the person has already decided and said, this thing you are doing, if you continue like this, you may fall. Why not try this way? Instead of flaring up, you say, who are you to even correct me? Try to pick out what this person has pointed at, and think through. Does it make sense? What should I improve on? And all of that. And then a growth mindset finds inspiration in others' successes. As your colleagues are making progress, try to see the good side of that. There's a statement I don't know. I think I saw it as a video. It said, when God is blessing others, it means He's in your neighborhood. So try and see, this thing is working for this person. Go and learn. Go and try and see, boy, how you take do am? I beg, help me. That's the only way you can learn. So even when you come to class, when the actual class starts, the person who may even be very good maybe way younger than yourself, it's still your due diligence to say, oh boy, I know you are young. Just help me. I want to learn. I need to do this better. You know. And so, find inspiration in others' successes. Use it as a what? Motivation. Alright. So, growth mindset in words. Growth mindset in words. So you need to adopt these phrases. You need to begin to adopt these phrases. Words like, I can learn this. This might take time, but that's fine. But I can still do it. You know, it may take time, but I can. I will try a different approach. Right? Mistakes help me grow. So words like this, you know, would encourage you to, you know, pull through with that. Alright? And then let's look at, you know, the difference. So from fixed mindsets, it avoids challenges, but growth mindset embraces challenges. The fixed mindset gives giving up easily. But then for the growth mindset, you're persisting through obstacles. And then fixed mindset says effort is pointless, but growth mindset says effort leads to growth. Then fixed mindset ignores feedback, but growth mindset learns from feedback. And of course, fixed mindset, you know, it makes you feel threatened. When other people are doing, you know, making progress, it makes you feel threatened. And then, but for growth mindset, it makes you feel inspired. All right? And moving on, why does this mindset actually matter? Number one, for success and performance. Your mindset directly influences what you attempt, how hard you try, and what you ultimately achieve. If you have a mindset that despite whatever is going to happen, I can get this done, you will have an open mindset to actually try to do things. You know. And so the next, resilience and adaptability. A growth mindset helps you bounce back from setbacks, adapt to change, and keep moving forward. Right. So, resilience and adaptability. So you are doing something, and then the how do they say this thing now? When the there's a phrase I'm looking for. That's something that has to do when the needed is not available. Sorry? No, when the let me paraphrase. When is it desirable? Okay, let me paraphrase. Yes, exactly right. So when the needed, what you are supposed to use to work is not available. It's not available. What then is available becomes what you use to do things. So you should not say, there is no light. There were times where I remember growing up. My dad is a chartered accountant, and there were times when he was there were times when he had to, because there was no light, right, he would take me in his car to go to the church, and we're using the church has a street light that is pretty bright, you know, and that was where he was going to prepare for his exam. Now, if he had said, there's no light, I cannot read, I mean, he wouldn't have been able to pass through the exam and all of that. And so, when the needed is not available, you make whatever is available to make it to good use. All right. So that's for resilience and adaptability. You need to adapt. You need to adapt. And then learning and development. Mindset determines whether you see every experience as a chance to grow or a threat to avoid. Mindset determines whether you see every experience as a chance to grow or a threat to avoid. And so, mindset in action, these are real life examples. For students who struggle in early grades but commit to extra practice and tutoring consistently outperform those who rely on natural ability alone. And then for professionals, career professionals who embrace new tools, languages and methods, even when initially uncomfortable, they advance further and faster. Now AI has come. There are some people who are still believing that AI is a devil's tool. You know, there are people who believe that they don't bring winch come or no, or AI is taking my data. The data you have been holding, what have you been using it to do? So you need to be able to adapt, see how you can use some of these things to benefit your task. Let me shock you. See this slide. Have you been enjoying my slides so far? Do you know I use AI to do this? Because AI I use from slide 1 to the end. Okay, the only thing I added was my the slide that has my picture and my this thing. But every other thing, it was AI that did this slide. The way these colors, everything, the way you're seeing it, it was AI that did everything from start to finish. And so you should be able to use AI to ensure your work is more efficient. So the next thing is for athletes, the likes of Michael Jordan, and Serena Williams, they credit relentless, consistent training over natural talent for their success. Every now and then, they kept going in to build their stamina, to build their throws in, as basketballers and all of that. They were trying every time. It was mindset that actually opens up these things. And so if you have the right mindset, of course, you would get things done. So there are 2 words that can change everything. 2 words. And that is the word yet. Yet. And so you want to start practicing things. Sorry, not yet. That's the word. Yeah, not yet. You want to start practicing using the word not yet. You have a challenge. I can't do this yet. Something happens. Okay, it's not my time yet. That word yet opens your mindset that, I may not do it now, but there will be a time where you would be able to achieve it. So at any point where you have challenges, always try to use the power of the yet. All right. So without yet, you have I can't do this, but with yet, you have I can't do this yet. All right. And so the word yet signals that you are on a learning journey, not a dead end. It's not a full stop. The word yet makes it a comma, means that I just had an issue now, but I can further on. It keeps the door to growth permanently open and shifts your focus from today's limitation to tomorrow's possibility. All right. So that is the power of yet. Now, we want to talk about neuroplasticity, your brain and learning. So neuroplasticity means the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. We'll break that down. Every time you practice a skill or walk through a challenge, the neurons in your brain form stronger connections. Whenever you learn something new, it doesn't just affect, when I learn something new, I used to get more money. No. It also affects your brain cells as well. When you learn something new, the bonds of which your neurons are using to communicate, they become stronger. And then, learning literally changes the physical structure of the brain. And this has been proven through neuroscience research. When you learn things, your brain begins to take shape. It actually tries to take some form of, shape. And then, finally, consistent effort and repetition builds neural pathways that makes tasks easier and more automatic over time. I'm going to share an illustration. When I was to go for, I had an interview in a firm, and I was to work as the IT support. Now, on the day of interview, I was practically the youngest person there. All right. And I looked at my right. The person who was sitting there was a PhD holder in computer science. I'm like, so I really have stand a chance. The other guy, he has MSc. The other one, I'm just a BSc graduate of human anatomy. And remember, the role is IT support. That's tech support. But then, what was the role about? They needed an IT. They wanted to start an online school, and they needed somebody who is going to be doing the tech support, just like what my colleague does here, trying to set up and all of that. But I remember that in church, that is basically what I do. We try to set up Zoom so that the pastor can preach in this location, another location, connect and all of that. And that's basically what they want to do in the school. They want a situation whereby the lecturer is teaching here, every other person connects all over the world, just like we are doing here. We are teaching here, people are online, And so when they called me for the interview, I was to face the panel. And they asked, how do we do this? How do we do that? And so I sat down and I just pictured myself in my church media room. Because I have been doing this, is something every Sunday is what I do. Every Monday is what I do. So when I pictured myself there and they were asking me questions, I was just talking, you plug the wire here, you do this here, you do that. Because my brain has already been wired to a repetitive kind of task. I didn't have to think about what to say. I didn't have to say, what do I put, what kind of wire? No, it was just flowing. Why? Because there has been consistent effort and repetition. So whatever you practice, whatever you keep doing over time, with ease, you can see, I'm not struggling to talk to you, because over time, I've been teaching people, I've been talking to people, so it comes out effortlessly. Why? Because my brain has been able to build neural pathways that makes tasks easier and more automatic over time. And so for the most part, I don't think there's basically any topic that, I will be shared, I will say, Mr. Nosa, we need you to take this thing. Once I have the curriculum and I can go study it, I'll just come and everybody feels, this guy has been doing this thing for years. Right? Because there has been a repetitive task. My brain has now been wired to think that everything is possible. All right? And so that takes us to overcoming a fixed mindset. Number one, recognize fixed mindset thoughts. Recognize fixed mindset thoughts. Become aware of when you think you cannot do something or I'm not good enough. Awareness is always the first step to do it. You need to be aware that, looks like I'm beginning to think I cannot do this thing. You need to be aware. And then secondly, challenge every negative self-talk. Once you have that mindset of I cannot, try to counter it immediately with, I can. So ask yourself, is this actually true? What evidence do I have? Would I say this to a friend in the same situation? Always try to counter every negative, statement you are making in this regard. And then number three, replace I can't with I can learn. Deliberately reframe limiting statements. You need to add yet to your sentences. Shift from judgment to curiosity. And then, as much as possible, celebrate your small, small wins. Celebrate it. Because that's the only proof you can show to yourself that I made it through. So celebrate those small wins and incremental improvement. Progress. You should emphasize on progress, not perfection. Today you have learned two things: creativity. You've learned growth mindset. Be proud of yourself. You can go on maybe your Facebook stories or your WhatsApp or something. This and this is what I have learned today. I'm proud of myself. Let people know that you are improving, your life. And then progress, not perfection, is the goal of a growth mindset. All right? And 5 strategies to build a growth mindset. Number 1, embrace challenges. Number 2, learn from mistakes. Number 3, seek and use feedback. Number 4, practice consistently. And number 5, celebrate efforts, not just results. There are some times where you won't see results maybe until 6 years. If a farmer who plants maybe yam or cassava, it's not the day he planted that he sees results. But he puts effort in that thing. And you hear things like, thank God, rain fell today. The farmer is happy that rain fell because he's going to make sure his what he has planted, is fertile. So you should try as much as possible to do what? Celebrate even your efforts. Yes, you're not seeing the results now. But the efforts you are putting in, try and celebrate those efforts. Right? And then you want to reward yourself and others for trying hard, not just winning. Process actually matters. And, the role of feedback in growth. Feedback shines a light on blind spots, the things we cannot see about our own performance. Good feedback does not just tell what is wrong, it points you towards what to do next. Even harsh feedback contains useful information. Even when they lambast you that this thing is not, you did not do well at all. Look well. Inside that thing they said, right, you will still see that there's maybe an element of truth. Alright? So even harsh feedback contains useful information. The discomfort of hearing it is what the growth it produces. And then stay open and be willing to learn. Approach every feedback conversation with curiosity, not defensiveness. You shouldn't be don't try to defend. Somebody tells you that this thing you did, just take it and try to see how you can be better. Alright? Ask questions and take notes. And failure is not the end. It is part of learning. Failure is not the end. Right? Every successful person has a history of failure. I've shared a few of mine. Alright? Every successful person has a history of failure. Failure is data. It is not a verdict on your worth. It's just data that says, I did this happened. It doesn't prove that is the end. No. Analyze what went wrong. Spend time understanding the root cause. Was it preparation that made you to fail? Was it your approach to things that made you to fail? Was it the mindset you had that made you to fail? Or is it the timing that made you to fail? So you need to analyze what really went wrong. And then try again this time around. Because you have found out what could have gone wrong, this time you're now trying informed of what went wrong the previous time, and so now you're armed with insights. You attempt again, but this time differently. As Albert Einstein said, doing the same thing repeatedly expecting different results is not wisdom. So because now you now know what actually caused it, but this time you're now trying to do things, because you have a knowledge of what had gone wrong. You're trying to do things differently. And then lastly, stay persistent. Persistence is the single most common trait amongst high achievers. Keep going. Keep going. Even when it is difficult, keep going. Keep showing up. Keep going. Right? And then, this is a class activity I would have loved us to do. Right? But I probably would give it as, your take home to just try out in your own. So you want to identify, think of one thing you currently struggle with. It could be at work, it could be in school, it could be in your personal life. Right? Try and be specific. Just one thing. Then write it down. Write your current thoughts about it. Be honest with yourself. What does your inner voice say when you face this challenge? And then, now, once you have written it down, now reframe. Now, write those thoughts using a growth mindset. Add the yet. Replace I can't with I am learning to. And then finally, share your reframe thoughts with a partner or the group. Hearing it out loud. Hearing it aloud makes it real and powerful. Right? And so, now let's do the question again we had started with. Yeah. So, intelligence can grow with effort and consistent practice. True or false?
True.
Thank you. Mistakes are a natural and important part of learning. True or false?
True.
Thank you. Feedback should be avoided because it is uncomfortable. True or false? False. Good.
False.
Thank you. Challenges help you improve and build new skills. True or false?
True.
Thank you. Efforts and Thank you. Efforts and persistence leads to mastery over time. True or false?
True.
True. All right. So here's what we have learned. We have, learned today. We have learned that mindset shapes your success. The beliefs you hold about your own abilities directly determine what you attempt and what you can achieve. Number 2, growth mindset leads to improvement. With the right mindset, every experience, success or failure, becomes an opportunity to improve. And then effort and persistence matter. Talent is a starting point. Consistent effort, reflection, and persistence are what drive lasting excellence. And lastly, you can develop your abilities. You can. The science of neuroplasticity confirms that your brain can grow at any age with the right inputs and practice. And ladies and gentlemen, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. And that was said by Winston Churchill. I have a video I want us to play and watch, and then afterwards, we're going to replicate what was said in that video. All right. And so, this is the video. I'm sure some of us may have seen it before. Can you? Hope they would hear. Okay. So.
What if it's too What if it's too rough? What if it's too tough? What if you're just too young? What if you're not good enough? Why? Because I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Tell me why.
I'm going to play that again. We'll look at it, and then we are going to say the words to ourselves afterwards. So, okay, so
what if it's too hard? What if it's too rough? What if it's too tough? What if you're just too young? What if you're not good enough? Why? Because I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Tell me why.
all right. So, should I play it one more time? Huh? All right.
Yes, play it one more time.
All right, I will. Okay, so let's go again.
What if it's too hard? What if it's too rough? What if it's too tough? What if you're just too young? What if you're not good enough? Why? Because
I can do anything I put my mind to.
I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Tell me why.
I push through anything I put my mind to. All right, so we're going to try it. I took my time to, list. So when you're going to respond, where you have to talk, that's me talking. You say what? Yeah, you would respond as the student part. Need you to capture this moment. Right. So we can see the board, we can see the write up on the board, Abby. Yeah. Alright. So when I say my part, you would say your part. Right. So let's go. What if it's too hard?
I'm gonna push through.
What if it's too rough?
I'm gonna push through.
What if it's too tough?
I'm gonna push through. Push through.
What if you are just too young?
That's not true.
Alright. Sorry, we may have to do that again. Okay? So let's go. What if it's too hard?
I'm gonna push through.
What if it's too rough?
I'm gonna push through.
What if it's too tough?
I'm gonna push through.
What if you're just too young?
That's not true.
What if you're not good enough?
That's not true.
Why? Because
I can do anything I put my mind to.
I believe in you. Believe in yourself.
That's right.
Tell me why.
Do anything I put my mind to.
Thank you very much, everybody. And I hope you enjoyed the session.
Yes.
All right. I think with that, we would call